Hi, I'm John Clark, and I lead the state's $70 billion sovereign wealth fund. We've seen the headlines about the potential acquisition of PNM by Blackstone. Because we manage a lot of money, a key question we've received lately is, why can't the SIC just buy a majority stake in PNM? It's a reasonable question. So, let's talk about what's possible and what that might mean for the funds we oversee on behalf of New Mexicans. If you're just now learning that the state has a sovereign wealth fund, as many of you are, the State Investment Council is actually the second largest sovereign wealth fund in the country. And we take a non-renewable resource of revenues, primarily from oil and gas, and turn that into a renewable resource, helping fund critical programs across the state. We put that money to work for you each and every day. We help fund tuition-free college and technical training. We pay for almost a third of K-12 education across the state. We pay for nearly 80% of early childhood education, and we fund universal childcare, a first in the nation, thanks to the leadership here of New Mexico. We get it though, $70 billion is a lot of money, and you want to know how that money is being put to work. Well, we're going to go into a lot more detail on that. But for now, I want to address your question. Can SIC use this money to buy PNM or a majority stake in the company? First, I understand the concern. For me and my staff of 40 people who all live here in New Mexico, this is our utility too. But the question is whether or not we could do this, and currently we cannot. The Constitution prohibits it. We are not allowed to hold more than 10% of the stock of any company. But what if the Constitution weren't an issue? What if we changed it? Would this be a reasonable option? Well, there are a number of issues, but I want to cover two in particular. The first one is that the State Investment Council doesn't have any particular expertise on running utilities. I have an amazing staff, but this is an investment shop, and we wouldn't be able to provide any expertise to help lower rates for New Mexicans or provide better service. But here's the bigger issue. We would be pitting the ratepayers of New Mexico against the children of New Mexico. Because on the one hand, ratepayers would want lower prices, but that would reduce our returns, and it would reduce our ability to fund the state's cradle-to-career programs. And so, on that other hand, are the children of New Mexico who are now counting on these programs and the funding we provide for them. So how do we make sure that we have a utility that works for all New Mexicans? How do you make sure that your voices are heard? Well, even though the State Investment Council might not be the answer here, the Public Regulation Commission is. The PRC was set up to be exactly this. They are the regulatory authority that oversees utilities for the state. And they are here to hear from New Mexicans, and they've heard from thousands of you already. But they are also there to make sure that the system is set up for the benefit of New Mexicans. The staff and the commissioners of the council are there to make recommendations and rulings to make sure that the utilities are working for us. Make your voices heard. Reach out to the Public Regulation Commission. They are there to help you. In the meantime, it is our honor to serve New Mexico and to use these funds that we manage to better the lives of all New Mexicans. I know you want to know more about how we're doing that, so we'll be back soon to talk about how we're helping the state's finances, but also how we're going to drive investment and job growth here at home. So please stay tuned. Look forward to speaking with you more.